The 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence is an annual international campaign to raise awareness and take action to end violence against women and girls around the world. It runs from November 25th, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, to December 10th, Human Rights Day. These dates highlight the connection between gender-based violence and human rights.
Hey there, expecting parents. If you're feeling overwhelmed about the journey ahead, you're not alone. Today, I'm breaking down the 40 months of pregnancy.
Hey there, it's not just another day, it's a call to action. Imagine a world where homes are safe havens, not battlegrounds, where whispers of fear are replaced by conversations of love. Today I'm talking about a harsh reality that lurks silently in the corners of many lives: domestic violence. I'm not here to just share statistics or paint gloomy pictures. I'm here to ignite a flame of change, to encourage you, to urge you, to join a global mission that stands firm against domestic violence. Human rights aren't just ideals penned down in documents, they are the very essence of our existence, demanding to be upheld and respected. Every shout for help that goes unheard, every bruise that's hidden behind layers of fear, it's more than just pain. It's a call for us to stand up and act. Join the Community Engagement Global Mission Inc., where we don't just speak about change, we make it happen. It's about teaching, about spreading the word, about showing that every single action counts. This isn't about one person, one victim, one aggressor. It's about a systemic change, reshaping society through education, awareness, and relentless advocacy. Whether it's holding a workshop, sharing a post, or simply educating oneself and others, every action you take is a step towards a safer world. So what do you say? Will you join hands in this crucial mission? Your voice has power, immense power, to move mountains and break the chains of violence. Let's use that power. Let's channel our energies into making a real difference. Because remember, when it comes to human rights, there are no bystanders, only upstanders. Let's be the change. Let's be the heroes in the stories of those who have suffered too long in silence. Join me, join us. Let's make this mission not just a goal, but a reality. Together, we can end domestic violence. Together, we can ensure that love and respect aren't just optional, they're guaranteed. Thank you for listening, and more importantly, thank you for acting.
Oh, thank you for listening. And not only all, but thank you for taking action. And again, I want to thank God for giving us another opportunity to be here today. Is cool up here. Uh, we were out today 2-3 times, and it's very much excited to be here. And I want to apologize to those of us who wish they could be part of this show today, but there was a lot of interruption and some adjustment being done. And so if you want to join the discussion, if you want to contribute, you can look on the line and make a direct call with the discuss. We can have two lines. We have the line, the desk phone line, that is the community engagement line. You can call straight. You can send a text. You can also to WhatsApp. You can call from WhatsApp, and then we can hear your voice to add your voice to this discussion today. What is human right? I should go through the 16th day of activism, and today is the Clap My Own Human Right Day, which is a very important day in the history of the world, not only in America, not only Liberia, not only the other part of the globe, but everywhere. So the community engagement is very much not just excited, because this is one of our very important and essential day. We had a lot of discussion and we having a big plan for next year. I don't know which country, I don't know which state, but it's going to be set up. We have something coming up next month in person. And I want to say to all of us, those of us who are part and who want to be part, looking at the Club Master Day, the link is there in your email. Those of us who you invited. You can go to the email. If you see the link, you come right in, give your contribution. Everybody seems to be busy. This is all about promoting human rights, and this is a day that's very important, and it's not a day to keep silent after going through 16 days, which it was very interesting. Some of the guests were present, some of them were not present because of busy schedule. But again, I want us to be very active and not proactive according to what God has called us to do. Everyone has a vision, and it depends on how you take your vision, how you be persistent in what you're doing. Everyone has the way, the strategy to go about getting used to what you do in order to change people's life. And God will hold everyone accountable, or probably you will hold yourself accountable if you keep yourself backward. And I want to encourage you, don't keep yourself back. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, because we would not have been here today actually to be able to do what we're doing if we would have ceased 3 years ago. So when you look at the Declaration of Human Rights, you look at 16 days of activism, raising awareness to eliminate the worst form of actually domestic violence against women all over, to eradicate or to minimize it. And you look at the ratio of women being abused is hard. But again, we want to also sound our voice on this Human Rights Day. We are pushing forward what we discussed on TikTok with some of the guys. One of the crucial issues that we're going to be discussing tonight is how men have been actually have been abused in the West and part of the world. And this is very crucial. And I tell you the truth, human rights is an entitlement to every individual. And this right must be, it's not an option. It's not an option. It must be protected by law, guaranteed by the state. So again, a man, actually, we're going to be hearing from some of the guys in my call tonight. And I'm so excited about that. When we discussed with Edith Moore and some of the guys on TikTok, I might be on the show tonight and then driving into the 9 o'clock to Devlet, give them the how to call it, our YouTube. And then those of us who like to go to YouTube to get into the discussion, those of us will be open and you can get there to be part of the discussion. This is an interaction that we all hope to see. Very much interestingly, one of the things that I'm so excited about is people who really want to be part of what we're doing, and it's so welcome. I'll say it's right, welcome. So again, we are saying we started this thing on the 16th, and today is a very important day for me. I know it's for Sis Janet, because I know why she came into, because it is this day that caused us to be where we are today. So again, it's open to all of us. Those of us who want to be part of the discussion, you can just discuss and maybe get your contribution, and you can go, because everybody busy. And we think our contribution, speaking the fact that we see that we are holding ourselves accountable to spread this good information. So again, I have with me I'll say Janet from the Men Foundation, very powerful and passionate person about human rights, about pushing the rights in order to help people understand what it means to know your right. So again, let me go straight to her. Welcome, Sister Janet.
How are you? How are you? And greetings to everybody that's on with us. Today for me is not only a special day, it's an emotional day, because I breathe and live for human rights as you, and I saw so many around the world that are trying to make a difference. Today, for me, is a call to action to everyone that's hearing us, everyone that's participating with us today. Today is a call for action. I am asking everyone to use this day today, December the 10th, International Human Rights Day, to reflect. Let's make this today not only a day of celebration of our born given rights, which is freedom, freedom of expression, freedom to be who we are, freedom to be us, to that nothing and no one, especially no one, can take away our freedom. Nobody can take away who we are, our identity. Because remember, human rights, we are all human. There's only one race, and that's the human race. There's only one race, that's the human race. What makes us different is our cultures, and that's the beauty of what the Universal Declaration of Human Rights does, that it protects our identity. But we are human beings first. We're born as human beings, and our cultures, that's what defines our differences as cultures. But identity, we all have our own. Our fingers are not the same.
Yes.
There's no fingerprint that's the same, because we are unique. And that's what the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and what today identifies us and protects us of being who we are.
Yeah.
So I am asking everyone to take this day today to reflect of how far we've come, where we are this year. That has been such an important, so many events have taken place worldwide, here in the United States and worldwide. Look what happened in Syria. Look what's happening all over the world. Today is a very important day to reflect on what we as human beings are going to do to protect our rights and to protect the rights of everyone else, because we have the same rights. Our differences is our cultural differences, but not our rights. And we, Brother Jarvis and myself and everyone else that's into this, the world of diplomacy and the world of human rights, not only are we asking you to take this day to reflect on what is going on, what's happening, and why it's happening. But if you want some clarification and help, you need to learn human rights. We ask you and invite you to become an advocate. We have the tools and the resources for you. All you have to do is get in touch with us, get certified, become a certified advocate, because not only will you learn, we promise you that it's going to transform your life. You will be another person, because you'll have this wealth of knowledge of our identity as human beings, of our dignity, of our freedom that everyone else has. And we then, once we have that tool, that empowerment of knowledge of human rights, you can help transform your communities, other people, understand trauma, abuse, all of that. But at the same time, not only understanding it, is how to provide awareness, prevention, and protection of those rights. So we invite you today to take this day to reflect what has happened. Think of when you were born and how things were before, and as we have progressed. Where are we today? Where are we today as a human race? Because remember, there's only one race. It's not black or white or not. Those are cultures. But race is only one. It's the human race. We're all born, and we're born free. We are born free with the same rights. Right. So today is it's a unique day. Today, I'm also reflecting on the rights of the women, of how far we have come, but yet how much we need to go. But and the rights for women is this, not only for women, it impacts men. Yeah. Because we are the ones that mainly, and especially now that there's so many women in power, and that women have, become more educated, have more tools, and we give birth. There's nobody that gives birth but women. So right. We need to confront, not to confront. We have to have a conversation. Brother Jarvis, I invite you to please, let's make one of your programs to have men and women have a conversation of why do we violate each other? What makes a man violate a woman? What makes a woman violate a woman? Because any type of abuse, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, verbal, is a violation of our rights. Why
Yeah.
do we violate our, and let's have this conversation, invite the public, invite everybody worldwide to have this conversation so men can understand what women feel when we are violated, and ask and try to understand, why do I violate? Because women violate too. It's
Yeah.
not only men, but we need to have this conversation of understanding what provokes us, what makes this,
Yeah.
and understanding that will create a consciousness of what do I need to change, what I didn't know, of why I violate, why do I make someone else feel bad. But the tool, as you know, is for people to know their human rights. Because if you don't know your human rights, if you don't know what they are, what they mean, you can't protect your own. And if you can't protect your own, you can't protect the others.
Yeah.
So today is an invitation of reflection, of celebration, but most of all, of unity, to unite all of us around the world, to create a conscience that we are one race,
Yeah.
the human race. And the beauty of the human race is that we're all different. That's what makes it beautiful. It's like when you go to a restaurant and they serve you this beautiful plate of food. There's a lot of different ingredients,
Yeah.
but they all taste good when you put all these ingredients together. And that's who
Yeah.
we are as human beings. That's what makes a country and communities and schools, everything so diverse. But we have to protect that diversity because it's our human right of being who we are, expressing what we feel, what we
Yeah.
think. And so today is the day for that, to celebrate and commemorate the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that protects our freedom as human beings.
You know, taking action. When you said taking action, I just want to reintegrate that word, because we can talk. Okay, and she said, this is the center of what she's saying, and taking action, like you're talking about the men and women coming together, is one of the things when I have one day with a night with the TikTok guys. There were a lot of contribution on about men being abused, and that topic, which the community engagement. I showed them that the community engagement, and even all of our partners, we are talking about every individual. The reason why we're celebrating the 16th day of activism is because it's a global celebration about women's rights, and women have been dominantly, is man is just on the lower level, but it becoming more massive according to the statistic. Okay, boys have been abused. When it comes to the other side of abuse, men with their wife have been abused. Women are taking their husband a load and put it outside and tell them, get out of here. I don't have time for you. And after they have struggled for many years, and with all their sweat, you can see that even some men will have to commit suicide. Some of them will have to, that'll stop going on. So as we're talking about the essence of celebrating Human Rights Day, it's not just to come and say it. It's not just to have those marches. We can march. We can go eat a big chicken. I was talking to one of my friends. I said we were in Liberia. We used to go to those places, go to big place. Everybody focus on the big meeting. After the meeting, we go back home and sit and wait for another year. No. I said this is an era. We're crossing to 2025. This is a time when we're talking about action. This is the time that your community is being affected. My community is being affected. How can we take action? We are not talking about negative action. We're talking about positive action to change the story about that girl in your community, to change the story about that situation, that church that being actually used as a place where they abuse women, but they don't talk about it because they are a church. Okay, because they might be covering up. Okay, it is time. It is time. It's not about, well, okay, let leave it. No, leaving it, and it gets worse. What happened? It destroys our communities. So as we celebrate this day, like I join my friend and partners here to say we all can do it together. It is an announcement to the world, to all of us, okay, taking action about what we are saying. And it's very important. Join the Community Engagement Global Mission as we talk about the issues of at least having our courses taught, and bringing people to learn so that they can take action in their community. Because the partnership we are getting into and some of the things we are doing is not just about just writing the theoretical part. You can even be not only the letter people will be part of the classes. No, we're talking about action. We're talking about people who want to take action. So everyone will be involved. Whether you are from the west, from the east, there are no barriers when it comes to human rights.
Correct.
So I want to use this day to announce to the world, to every one of us, that yes, provision is there. Somewhere, somebody is calling for us to help somebody. You can go to the Mayor Foundation. You can come to the community engagement. We can refer you to some hotline to get support. Don't sit there and be silent. It is time to take action. And I want to also sign it up to partners. I'm going to be talking about, we're having we're going to discuss it after here. We're having a big meeting. I think it's a 12-person meeting in early January. And that meeting is all about our partnership, networking, and some people will be out. They will be virtually because people will not be able to come in. We are planning that meeting. It's very constructive. And we need to take action in a way that we can share information, resources. I might not have the money, you might have the money, or another person might not have the money, but have the resources or have the contact or influence. That's what networking look like. So again, we are signing our voices, and we want to call on all the women, all the mothers in the house, wherever you are. I want to encourage you, those 40 days, those 40 months, you go through carrying the babies and carrying us in your belly. It's not, and it's a painful time. And you could be the one to make peace. You could be the one to take that step. But you could not be the one to abuse the person that you carry for 9 months.
Exactly.
You could not be the one to marginalize a whole community only because you want to satisfy yourself. So we need to take action. Men, we all have the voice. We need your voice. We need to act. We need to take action. That woman or the child that is not going to school, each child one bag. How can you see the child going to school with all the bag? And in your community, you have influential people. How can you mobilize your community to make sure that every child in that community have a bag? How can you mobilize your community that every child in that community that that you see that is going through some harassment? You might not understand why that child is going through that harassment by her father or stepfather or whoever in that house. Take action.
That's it.
You don't have to sign your voice up. You don't have to call somebody so that they can know that you're taking the action. You have a lot of ways to take action. You don't have to voice it up. There are many channels. You can have private meeting with us, partner here, Mayor Foundation, any part of the world you are. And then we can contact somebody from your country and link that situation to them. And exactly, that person will be ready to go after. Because why? Because they are destroying the fabric of our society. When you destroy one girl child, you know how many person you know how many generations you destroy. Because if that girl child will bring in 4, 5 children or 6, 7 children, all of those children have a destiny. So that's what the community engagement is alignment, is calling on you. Come and make a big difference in our society. Join us. This initiative today, like I said, the reason why we didn't even say fly, because we want for everybody to participate. I'm having it today at 12 up to 1, and then tonight 9 p.m. to 10 o'clock. Why? Because we want for other people who at work, who might not be able to talk about it. If you see the hotline, the line, you can call that line anytime. 609, that line, call it anytime. It's on the screen. And then at this time, if you call, you can also hear your voice. And that's what we want to do. Let people learn, let people know what it means to be an advocate.
Exactly.
So since we're coming to the end of the year and we're celebrating this great day, what are some of the things you expect as we also into next 2025? as we celebrate this Human Rights Day, very important after the 16th day of anniversary. What is in your mind? What can you see coming from us?
So one of the things that is one of the main goals is to creating more advocates, because we need them. You know, people that come and listen, but if you don't put words into action, if you don't create knowledge into power, so we're not doing anything. We need people, and this is the thing. I'm going to piggyback to what you just said before. We don't have to, and I'm telling everyone out there, you don't have to engage just because you're having, a problem. Maybe you're not having a problem, but maybe you do know of someone that is. You have to make that call for that person, because that person is trapped. I am a survivor. I know what that is. I know how it feels. I know what it looks like. I am a survivor of child rape and domestic violence of the worst kind. And I know how trapped you are. But the way I was able to I'm sorry. The way I was able to get out was because someone held out her hand, a friend, and helped me pull out, because I didn't know how to get out. So, you may know someone, or if you see something, you have to say something, because, and that's what this global collaborative is about. It is about empowering others, but you need to become an advocate. That what I am with you and everyone else that joins is to create advocates around the world. You must learn what human rights are so that you'll be able to help your communities, help in your churches. So much is going on in the churches. Remember, the church is an institution that is composed by human beings. And nobody is sinless, because we're human beings. The only perfect one is above us. So churches also have, their errors and their faults, because they're run by people, by men, by women. So nowhere is this super perfect, because we are not perfect. But when we are aware and we can see where there's a violation occurring, that's when we can make a difference. But you need to learn. So that is the main focus going into 25 and throughout 25, and it's to create more advocates, because no matter what part of the world you're in, we can certify you and you can make a difference. With our help, we will always be available to help you, to guide you. And then you're going to be another one of us, because we have so many years of experience in this field, but we need you to make a difference the way you can make a difference in your, especially for, I am more worried for the future, because today today is our future, but tomorrow is the ones that come behind us. And that's what we need to set a platform today, so that when they come into their future, their tomorrow, it's not the way it is now. Article 29 of the 30 articles of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, Article 29 says, responsibility is our responsibility to ourselves and each other to protect human rights. And this is like paying it forward. We'll give it to you, you give it to others, and so on. And then we create this global human chain of defenders of human rights. And that's the main reason, so that when we next year on December 10th, we could look back and say, wow, look at the difference that getting together and getting certified made. Because now people have the knowledge and the know-how and the tools and the resources and the empowerment to be able to create change. Also, I want to also share with the audience that coming together with us, joining this collaborative, we also are creating a pathway for you to come into the human rights community within the United Nations. So we have that door open, and we can create a pathway for you if you're interested in that field. So not only will you be equipped to make changes in your communities, you'll be certified and have that requirement to be able to join and go into the United Nations and one of their global initiatives for human rights. So it's not just, here, this is a global movement, and we are passionate about it. We are prepared and equipped, and we want to pass this on to you. Yeah. So just, get in contact with us. Let's make 2025 a difference in the world. And it's and it starts by becoming knowledgeable, by certifying yourself in human rights.
Oh yes. I'm more concerned about the issues of Kerry. I'll send a link on your page. I mean on your email. Check it out and come in. Yeah, the question about, I'm sorry, man, the question about how do we, talking about responsibility, how can we be responsible, those of us who are listening, to celebrate this Human Rights Day. Choices are made based on the way we feel, but this whole thing about taking actions is about responsibility. And responsibility also, when she said responsibility, we are responsible. You also responsible as those of us who are there. We're talking about, when we talk about the duty bearer and the right holders, you as a right holder, we all are responsible. We have responsibility. We take action in our community to make things happen for change. Okay, if we get involved into this training, some of the training we're talking about, connecting to the different people from UN, and you have vast understanding about the whole thing when it comes to human rights. And your community, you can be any part of the world and take part in this training. Like I'm going to be discussing with her, even the global network we're going to be having. Everybody will have some time to have their own show, and this is about, want to reach the world. And that is just now, our Janet, people have been talking it, we can talk it, but the action. And so we're talking about action. Action is one of the things that actually start because of resources, because of lack of passion, and because of self-greed. So we don't take action. But again, we need to take action. We need to take action in that little community. You might see your community to be small, or you might look at that situation and overlook it, but it may escalate. It will become bigger and wider and take over, and it become a problem, a civil problem, and then it bring problem to the world. So in order to solve problem, we all are trying to do the best we can. We can't eliminate actually totally, but we can minimize even domestic violence. We can stop in our home, and then gradually we can see it getting rid of because we are taking action. So again, I want to say you are one of the agent of change. Without you, we cannot make it. Okay, without you, we cannot make it. And we can change the status code. We can say, okay, let's do this. I can tell, I said, Jen, okay, we can welcome everybody to come in. But why if you are not interested in taking action? Because we believe in taking action. We believe in taking action. So as she explained about the role that we should play, and the seriousness that we should apply to what we are saying, I add my voice to her to say all of us can take action when we get serious about what we're saying and move towards it. 2025 should be the year where probably somebody is hungry, but why should they be hungry when they're full somewhere where we can say, okay, we need to get our community connected? Why should somebody go to school our school fees, and in your area, in your community, it's not about St. Janet organization or global mission is supporting you or what they find out. No, it's about taking action. You see, when we say taking action, the word, they don't have the money to give you, but there are ways that our community can take action in order to change certain situations. You can take action to access resources. You can take action. One person in your community might have a lot, but you don't know that person.
Yes,
so by networking, we can identify that person. We can say, okay, we know that there's a guy in your community that we can just call upon him. You live in a community, but you don't know him. We might know him. and the next day you see that person in school. So that's why we're talking about networking and making taking action to bring change in our community. So again, we are here. Those of us who are listening, we are here celebrating the United Nations Day, actually UN Day. This is Human Rights Day. This is a day for all of us. Right means we have right. It means that's something that we're entitled to. It's not something. If you look on the screen, you see all the different right of information, freedom of price, all these different right. You are entitled. That is not an option. When we say human right is not optional, it means that you don't make a choice to say, well, I will not respect this man. No, you don't make a choice to say I will beat on this woman. It's not an option that when you beat on her, you abuse her, it's a crime. So when we know our right and responsibility, that means we need to take action. Maybe like we have voter right, we have the right to go and elect our people, but we have choice. We have responsibility to elect the right leaders. And those are some of the things that we want to also educate people on, so that when they go to make vote, wherever you are in the world, especially in Africa, we vote in people that would not seek our interests. At the end of the day, our country go back again to the same thing. The same way, you got to respect somebody, right? Because where your rights ends, another
the
person.
others are right. Correct. And one thing that I would like to add, Brother Jarvis, is that to the audience, once you learn human rights, then this is such a huge platform that you can advocate and you can work in whatever area you want to work in. Because once you learn human rights, you're going to learn things that you didn't know, that you didn't know, that you didn't realize. And that's going to broaden even more your interest and saying, wow, I didn't know this. I didn't know that worked that way. But now I would like to focus, my advocacy in this area, because there's just so much. I mean, there's just so much that we can do in every aspect, every one of those vast options are affected by human rights. Everything in our life is affected by human rights. Everything. From the moment that we take our first breath in this world, we are protected. Our human rights starts as soon, even before birth, but once we're born, we have the same. The beauty of this is that we all have the same rights, no matter where we're born, no matter our backgrounds. We are all the same. So we are all the same, and that's what I invite everyone, that this discrimination and this thing with differences of races, there's only one race. It's the human race. We have different cultures, and with human rights, we learn about each other's culture, because there are things that we think, people that don't like or diversity, let's say, but it's because they don't know, they're not educated in what that other culture is about. All they see is this, but there's more than just this. It's what's inside. It's what's inside that builds our character. Not this, not my face, not my hair. This is not who, this does not define my character. This does not define who I am. You have to talk to me and learn about me. And once you see what I am built of, then you can say, wow, yay or nay, because you don't know me. We don't know each other. We have to learn of each other in order to say, to create opinions, that comes through. That's the beauty of being an advocate, of being totally versed in human rights. That's the beauty that it gives us, of being able to understand another human being, of being able to really protect the rights of that other human being, because we are equal. We are equal. We look different, but we're equal. We're humans. We're human beings. So we're not from Mars and another one from another planet. We're here. Well, there's only one race, and that's the human race. We have different cultures, different religions, and they're all valued and respected.
Yeah.
And
We all
it's
value and respect it. And exactly what you said, you know, we all are value and respect it. And you know, sometimes uh people think that because you in maybe in West Germany, I'm in the US, or I'm a Liberian, or probably the difference is but the thing about human right is an entitlement, and that thing means to every individual. It could be you could be living in the village, even though there's discrimination with you will still see some of those things. That's why you must raise more human rights actors, people who learn and understand what it means to advocate,
Mhm,
because people are ready to violate other people's right at any time. That
mhm,
is sure. So we need to have these balances, and it can't happen with all you guys. Everybody have to take action, and this time the action that we need to take, it has to be a kind of action that drive things. We are celebrating the United Nations actually Human Rights Day today. This Human Rights Day, and our brother Heenan is here, but brother Heenan, we're discussing about how can we take action. This is about celebrating. We've been talking the 16th day of activism. We talk about life insurance, the essence of life insurance, in this whole thing. And as we drive to the next year, and we celebrate Human Rights Day, what do you think? What is the implication? What comes to your mind when you look at since 1948? What comes to your mind when you look at the SDGs 2030, and also you have equal opportunity? What comes to your mind today as you celebrate this day?
If I may, Brother Henny, it's good to see you again. But now that you're on, I'm so sorry, but I have to jump into
Yeah, yeah,
another virtual meeting. And it's a day, a great day. You know, we're
yeah,
celebrating International Day of Human Rights everywhere. Brother Henny, it's good to see you, and I know we're gonna see each other many,
yeah.
many more times. And I'm looking
He's
forward
part of
to
this.
25 to our engagement and the difference that we're going to make, you know, globally in this collaborative that we're forming here. It's good to see you, Brother Jarvis. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. You know,
you welcome.
Yeah.
I'll be with you. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
here.
we talk.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Happy, you know, it's to
Yeah,
everybody. It's
happy
our
day.
day. It's the day of
Yeah,
celebrating our freedom,
yeah.
of
So
our
so
freedom.
yeah. So
Okay.
thank you, and we talk again. We talk
Thank you.
out here. We get to it.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you. Okay. Brother Henry.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So perfect. Yeah. So definitely, I know that is a very good topic that we look into. Um, so human rights. I mean, it's something that it's something that right from the word go we shouldn't have it shouldn't have been even a topic to talk about. Like if you think about it, it shouldn't have been something that you should strive, we
Yeah,
should fight for. That human
that's
has
right.
rights. Like it's just something that when you think about it, it just gives you a headache.
Yeah,
That we are all human,
yeah,
but some of us, based on whether based on color or based on nationality or based on religion or based on gender, they
yeah.
have to fight for their right.
Hmm.
That to me is not something that sounds good, because we are all human, irrespective of who you are, where you from, what color of skin you have.
Yeah.
We are all human. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that is something it all boils down to the kind of generation, or the kind of world that we live in. The kind of world that we live in, that we are, or we have people that are seeking to destroy other people based
Yeah.
on who they are, who
Hmm.
they identify themselves to be. And others would take offenses with that, and then they decided to hand them down.
Yeah.
So it is something that we all should be able to rise up,
Hmm.
as it is these days. We should be able to rise up to what fight against, because we all live in the same community.
Yeah.
Once, if it happens to your brother, tomorrow it happen to
It happened
you.
to
Think,
you.
oh, it doesn't bother me. Tomorrow it will come to your doorstep.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's gonna be you. If you see somebody doing something to a neighbor, or somebody based on race, based on color, based on religion, And if you don't say anything, if you don't stand up to say anything, tomorrow is going to be you.
It's going to be you, yeah.
And nobody's going to stand up to fight for. So it is a collective effort that we all should come together to be able to fight this human right, to be able to make sure that we all live in the community and enjoy the same right, enjoy the same peace of mind, and then irrespective of whoever you are, irrespective of your economical status, we should be able to enjoy the same right.
Yes, you know, exactly. You know, like we talk about the life insurance. It's right, and because Brother Heenan actually have access and understand what it means for elite to have those opportunity and all the information they have. Is it right for you to who listening and down to the ground level to have that same information? So it's informational rights. It is your right to have to access those information. So that means human right is an entitlement to every individual. And as we talk about the issues of celebrating this day, and to lay more emphasis on taking action. Okay, and that's a way that we can take action, and that way we are today. We're talking about taking action. How can we engage our Black community, white community, whatever community we are, to take action on life insurance? We talk about life insurance, to take action upon children who are not in school, to take action with women who have been abused, to take action of men also who are being abused. You know, but you know, we talked last week. I was actually opportune to talk to some other group from the TikTok, and on the TikTok they got a lot of people there, and some of the guys information I gathered, and that's true. Men are abused too much here, even in the West, and we don't talk about the men, but we talk about only the women. And I have to clarify to them that because of the 16-day is a kind of program, okay, but actually they need clarity that everybody has a right. And so if a man is being abused, it's a right. That's the same thing when it comes to crime. Okay, that woman who abusing need to be arrested because that is an abuse. Right. And that's why we're talking about everyone has an entitlement and we need to take action. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, definitely that is one of the biggest things, because anytime we talk about the word abuse, people tend to think about children.
Yeah.
So people tend to think about children first.
Yeah.
Then they tend to think they think about women.
Yeah.
Then they think about dogs.
Yeah.
Or maybe cats.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on,
then they think about men.
They think about men.
Yeah.
Maybe men is going to be last. So men.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And that's serious. But
serious.
And I can't understand that one, because if the men who provides or the men who were of the men, the women will be sad. Why should the men be last? The dog, those things are not considered to be something that we look at, because they don't. In fact, they don't even know they have access. They don't even know that they have access. They have money. Right. Even if you give them money, they don't even know it for them. So why are you spoiling the money? And why are you giving them those things? And you know very well that they are not supposed to be like comparing a man who, when he abused, when a man is abused, that man self-esteem he loses, and he have no opportunity to support his family. Okay, he lose some hope. Sometimes he commits suicide. Right. So I think in the middle of this discussion, I was telling the guy, I said we got to talk about it more, because it's something very serious. You cannot. It should not be where somebody taking men to be the last. No, I can't. You know what? I can't believe it because it's not something that we can believe. It has to be looking at, because with all the men is a pillar of the home. The man is the pillar. So if this man is the pillar, then the man is the last. This man who's the wife should be the manager of the home, and then we have those pets. Those are things called pets. How can the pet come way behind? The man come way behind the pet that is being controlled or taken care of by that man. So it's we don't need to discuss it further when it comes to discussing about, even if blind man that is blind will never tell you his truth.
Mm-hmm.
So no need to discuss it, to argue on it. Only those who think or made those laws would think, oh, they were wrong to say it, so they have to make those adjustments, because there's no argument. It's a reality. When God was made it, and he said, let us make men. And were men that actually even named the animals. It was men that had dominion over the animals. So how can you justify? So it's like there should be no. I just said it to him, Brother Hine. I tell people, I said no need to argue.
Yes.
This is something that is straight. Even if the person was blind, they will not tell you it's truth. Okay, so let I don't discuss those issues. Everyone has right, even down to the animal have right. Yes, we understand it, but the right is not more than that man. It's not possible.
That is true. Yeah, and sometimes one of the biggest things also is for men, we as being the head of the family, traditionally, I mean, there are different type of marriage where there is a 50-50, what do you call it? Head of household, the females, the ladies providing 50%, the man is providing 50%. But in the normal traditional home, the man is the head of the family.
Yeah.
So when we talk about head of the family, sometimes if men are getting abused, sometimes we feel like if we come out to say that, then we are kind of like yes, you're going to lose your self-esteem and other things. That is why we don't actually hear about this so a lot in the community, because there are men that are getting abused, completely getting abused.
Yeah.
But they feel like they just have to sit down and swallow it because they think, oh, I'm strong. I can handle this. I can handle this.
Yeah.
And if you don't take care, you're going to handle it. You're going to absorb it. You're going to absorb it to a point that it's going to start dripping. Yeah. That is when, if you don't take care, you're going to take it to the other side. You're going to abuse the lady. Yeah. And then by the time you turn violent, just one time you hit the lady, it turns around, and everything that you've been going through, it just cleaned out from the books. And then now you are on the spot right now. So many people sit down, they try to absorb it, think, oh, I'm strong, I can deal with this. No, you cannot deal with it.
No, you can't.
You can't. You got. That's why you got to seek help. You got to seek help. Yeah. So if it is something that is going on in your home, if you're going through some form of abuse, irrespective of what it is. So some people come here, they because of their immigration status, they can be going through a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
A lot of abuse.
Because
maybe somebody is helping you with one of the things, helping you, they are directing you
in the place,
and they are abusing you.
Yeah.
So definitely, if something like that, you try, let me just go ahead and contain it for this number of years, and once I get my papers and everything, once I get sorted out, I'm good to go. Yeah, it's gonna come back and hurt you. All those things that you are absorbing in, one day you're going to turn it. It's going to be something that you're going to bring it out on your wife or your children, because you went through that. So it's just a psychological thing. Once you try to absorb it, you're going to get full, and then one day you're going to take it out on somebody. So if we're getting abused in any form or any shape, not even physical, anything, you just have to seek help. Just talk to somebody. There are help out there.
Wow, there are a lot of help, and you said it, and a lot of men are silent because we are the head, and to come up to say something, we can be so ashamed. We think that, well, it's a disgrace. But I will tell you, even some of us who experience those stuff, pastors have left on the pulpit and fell and gone, only because they kept it with inside of them and go preach on the pulpit. Women of God have actually gone on the pulpit to pray while the husband is looking up to come to America with another woman, and after living that woman been with him for all those years, but he was kind of praying. I mean, trying to get out of the place, and this lady praying. The only thing she did was she taking a prayer, she abstained for food, and then she go to the pulpit. She left on the pulpit and she was gone, and people thought that she was still praying. So why are you hiding the thing inside of you, and why are you using certain means to say, well, I can't say because I'm a woman of God or I'm men of God, I can't, we're supposed to be protecting the sheep to our daughters, and my husband is abusing me in the church and he's doing XYZ, or I supposed to be the pastor as a man, my wife is abusing me. Why would I say it? Why can who would I say this thing to? So no, you got to take action. You got to take action. And that's what we're talking about. You are right. and don't let nobody infringe on that right. Okay, don't let
That's
nobody. Yeah,
Yeah. So let me say this. Yeah. So yesterday we were one of my pastors was having an event on Facebook, and he said something that was very profound. He said, when people stand on the pulpit to preach, you see the kind of personality or the kind of character they portray
yeah,
is what they need to show on the pulpit.
yeah,
Whatever is happening, their true self,
yeah.
they don't show that.
No.
So as you said, this person was going through a lot of things.
Yeah,
Didn't discuss it, but he come to church, and I'm 100% sure that this person was standing on the pulpit talking about abuse, and then
Yeah.
you'll be talking about
yeah.
you'll be preaching about all these things, but he's going through the same thing.
You're going through it. That's and again, friend speaking practically, it like you can't say it, and you know, it's very difficult. Well, because you are praying that somebody stop abusing somebody, but then somebody abusing you
Right.
in your own home.
Absolutely.
So that's what make it more dangerous, because if you take it in too much, you might be preaching one day and fall up.
Absolutely, because it's just killing your soul.
It's killing you. You're killing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, you're preaching on something that you want for people to change, you want for your daughter to change, but your husband is going out to all the women in the church. Some of the women, some of the pastor's wife, the women will be very serious preaching, doing great work. Their husband will be going all over the place. So when they're preaching, they look at themselves all the time. They're preaching back to themselves. I'm preaching this thing, saying, but my husband is doing this to all the women in the church.
Absolutely.
And so what happened to that person? They are suffering from certain things. They have been depressed. They have been, so one day they're just going to bust up if they're not able to continue it. And that's why it could speak it up. It could take action. You can take action. Some of the action you could take: walk out of the home, separate yourself, ask God to come and take control, because this thing is not. We are human beings. Man of God, I call you man of God. Let me say something. God gave us two things. God breathed into our nature, right? We become human. But there's a flesh. This flesh needs to be fed.
Absolutely.
With a physical food. This flesh has some effects when something is not going well. It affects us.
Right.
Our spiritual life is different from this.
Correct.
So everything we're doing to deny this which is a flesh, it affects our lives. You don't have to. Don't fool anybody. Our own something talking about, if you know this woman don't like you, don't go in her life. If you know this man don't like you, don't look at her to be fat, money, or beauty. No, don't go in her life. Don't go in our man's life because you see her money.
That is true.
And many of us, we have we have responsibility to make choices. This platform is not there to tell you you're right, but to tell you your responsibility to make that choice. That when it happens to you, then you will start thinking, oh, you want for somebody to come and rescue you. So sometimes we go to things like we are talking about this whole thing about life insurance. We said, no, it's not. I know one day God will call me, but you don't even know the hour. Right. So you stop. You said, no, I don't have to take it, right? But then something happened instantly that you never expected, and then it led you're not around.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to take action. That is the more thing about this whole show as we close today.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as we close, I just want to say one more thing, and then we bring it to a close. So, somebody will ask, if the pastor is there for the church members to go to him for advice. Now, who is advising the pastor? If the pastor has a problem, who should we go? Look at it. So every level that you get to, you form a new association. Yeah. So if you are a pastoral level, if you are at an evangelist level, if you are whatever level that even the president, if you are the president level, there are people that are the same level with you. So that you can go seek advice from. Yeah. Even if not, there are so many resources out there. We get psychologists, we get people that deal with mental health, that deal with abuse, that are in the community, that you can confine in them and seek help and talk to them. So don't let us sit down for this thing to kill us if you're going through something. And then it's true, we can pray, we can fast, but as Pastor Jarvis said, if the flesh is going through something and you don't deal with that one, the fasting and the prayers is still it's still not going to help. So thank you very much, and I think this is a very powerful topic for us to discuss today.
It's very powerful. And tonight, 9 p.m., I'm going to be live again on some of the things I'm talking, and I want to give other people the chance who will not be around and who want to be part of it 9 p.m. tonight. But listen, you said that really the flesh. Those of us who experience those things, we know that I fell 3 times. The reason why people don't know why I'm pressing on this whole thing called abuse, I would have not been around. I preached on the pulpit, I fell. The doctor said if I'm going to fall on my neck, I was gone. The first time. I fell the second time. So what I'm saying at the time in Africa, right? So I was going through certain things. I could not explain it to anybody. I could not. But then I had to take action when I reached a certain place. No. I said, no more. I will not die because of the word called spiritualism or because of, God had called me. No. I'm gonna about this stuff.
Right.
So I took action. Yeah, I'm in today. I took action.
Yeah.
Because I saw that it was that good for me. I don't have to go to my flock. None of my children I preached to know that was going on in my home. My children they didn't even know most of that. But I took action. Sometimes if you don't want to even confide into anybody, take action.
Yeah.
What is the action? You going through it. You wearing the shoe. That shoe that on your feet, as you conclude, it could be, maybe you're supposed to wear size 5, but you're wearing size 4. It's going to squeeze your feet. I'm not going to tell you to take off that shoe because it's jamming you and you just sitting down, your feet is jammed. You got to take off that shoe.
Right. Because you have it on. You're the one that is squeezing your feet.
And you always be embarrassed because you walk, you say, you can stand for long. So I'm not going to take it. So everything we're saying here, right, is an entitlement, but you have a choice to make.
Absolutely.
You have a choice to make.
Absolutely.
You have a choice to make. If you want to go into a bad relationship because the person got muscles, and so, you like this person. When you get into that relationship and become abusive, it is the choice you make. If you see a woman with all the money and you want to get into her life because of her money, that's a choice you make.
Absolutely.
If you see another woman beautiful, her shape, everything fine, but she don't like you, and you want to force it, go there. That's a choice you made. So I always tell my friends, I said, look, it's better to be, if you want to be single and pray to God. God sees your heart, but don't rush in life.
Absolutely.
The whole world is just changing. You can see the person on Facebook today. You can see the person somewhere today. You think in your mind that will be the right person. Don't make decision. Ask God for direction. So I want to close today to say, again, let's take action. Thank you, Brother Hina, for coming in. And thank you, Sister Jenny. Actually, I'm very sorry, Brother Dr. Keris. I forgot that he doesn't have the time to come in this meeting because of the app. I think they were trying to struggle to come. He wanted to rather be in this meeting, but I know that he's going to be tonight. He's going to be in tonight's meeting. And I want to say to all of us that, look, we can make a big difference and changing our society. We are having this network, our section, a networking conference session coming up next month. I'm going to inform you it's going to be an in-person meeting. And by the time we get the place set up, the thing, it's not going to be here in this building. It's going to be there's a place that we're trying to get. It's a 12-person meeting. And so by the time we get the forum, and then we will inform who also will be in that meeting, so that we can know what we are doing. Okay. Absolutely. And we praying to God, believing God. We're talking about raising funds for the office and some of the things that we want to do, because we want to have a place where we pray. We don't have a space here to have an office where we pray, because there's a church. We are doing other things here. So we want to have a place where we have all our things. We have some things coming in to distribute. We want to have a place, and that's why we believe in God for. And we're going to be talking about it, raising the money to see what is going to be best for us. So, my man, thank you for coming. We talk again, man.
Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
And thank you for listening. Those of us who are following, thank you. Follow us tonight at 9 p.m. Thank you.